Okay, so let's just wait 1 to 2 minutes more. So while waiting, do you guys have a question?
Sir, yung introduction to yourself.
Ano yan?
Yung sa introduction to yourself po.
Yes. So what is your question regarding with that one?
Pwede po ba yun din ang ipasa sa lab?
Pwedeng hindi?
Yun din ang ipasa sa lab po.
No actually. Since magkaiba kasi kayo ng expectation sa course. Okay, so this is a lecture. And what is also your expectation to our laboratory? So yes, it is the same from 1 to 3, but in the expectation from the course or the subject itself is different. Okay, so gawa ka na lang ng another video. Though, konti lang naman yun eh. So, pwede mo sigurong i-edit na lang. Then, parehas lang sa first to 3. And then, yan, siguro 10 seconds for the expectation. So, yeah, magkaiba sila.
Thank you, sir.
Right? So, any other question? So, none? Alright, so let me just ask you guys one by one. So, Miss Ubasa. Miss Ubasa? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
So, were you able to follow so far?
Medyo, sir.
Nako, pag mga ganyang medyo, alanganin yan eh. Dapat, kanina ka pa nagtatanong. Okay, so which part you are having a hard time in, understanding? Or, okay, so palatong yung question. So, how many percent you were able to understand from slide number 1 to slide number 19 right now? From 1 to 100%. How many percent?
80, sir.
50. Naku. Alright. So, ganito na lang. Message me kung saang part ka nahirapan. So, maybe we can talk more about that. Okay, later on. But for now, hindi natin mababalikan yan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how about you, Mr. Ryan?
Sir, so far so good naman.
How many percent?
Sir, I'd say 85 to 90.
Okay, that's good. How about you, Mr. Lawrence?
Actually, very same, sir, between 80 to 90. I think the only problem is pagdating naman sa mga calculations, madali siya. Pero when it comes to analyzing the circuits mismo, parang doon ata kami mahihirapan.
Yeah. But yeah, don't you worry, guys. Actually, pinahirapan ko na siya ngayon. Kung papansinin nyo naman is puro worded problem, which is really difficult kapag lalo na kapag first time mo. Pero kapag sa mga susunod na, circuit na siya kagad. Okay, ganito na siya kagad, given circuit na. May mga values na rin. So all you need to do is analyze it logically kung saan ba dadaling circuit, ganito ba ganyan, etc. Anyway, that's a good number of percent of understanding the topic. How about you, Mr. Bradley?
Sir, since I'm done, nalilito lang po dun sa kung paano i-drawing.
I see. Well, okay mag-alala since lahat naman yata ng mga activities na binigay ko is may circuit na kaagad. So, kayang-kaya niya na kagad yan kapag meron ng circuit kaagad. How about you, Mr. Mark?
Same lang po, sir. Sa pag-analyze na lang po yung may problema.
Okay, sige. How about you, Miss Jade?
Naiintindihan naman po, sir, the way you explain each problem. Tsaka yung problema lang po is yung mga next problem na yun po, katulad din po sa kanila na pag-a-analyze po.
So, kasama talaga yan. So, for you to be able to enhance your analysis, so maybe you can visit maybe you can visit this one. Di pala ako nakapag-include ng website. Well, pwede kayo mag-practice dito. So, I hope you guys have already checked this one. Oops, bakit pinan-publish? So, meron akong mga sobrang dali lang ng mga to. Ayan, meron tayong ganito. So, just identify kung ano dyan yung mga series. Meron pang next dyan, I guess. Identify naman kung saan yung mga parallel. Ano question na yun? Isama ko ba yun? Hindi ko na isama. So, mostly this practice quiz is super simple. Well, para ma-enhance pa yung mga analysis nyo pagdating sa mga circuit is I highly suggest you guys to search a website wherein there's a lot of examples, especially for series and parallel connection. Okay? So, yun siguro yung pinaka-best solution natin dyan. Or you can check this one, though this one is a video. This one, series and parallel types of circuit. Okay? So, this is a 30-minute video. Okay, wherein puro example lang itong mga to. Okay, so actually napakarami. So the organic chemistry tutor is one of the best tutorials that I have watched when it comes to mga circuits, even physics. So marami actually siyang mga topics. So ayan, so check nyo na lang to para mas maintindihan nyo pa yung mga ways kung paano ba kunin yung power, individual resistance, the current, etc. etc. Okay, so yan. May mga simple pa lang naman to eh. Okay, so if you want to have more complicated, so maybe you can search more. Okay, meron pa dito 2 hours. Ayan. Okay, series and parallel circuits. So, yeah. Ito kasi mga example na binibigay ko is yung mga basic lang para maintindihan nyo kagad. And then, when it comes to enhancing it, so nasa sa inyo na. As long as you know the fundamentals, then I guess you're good to go. So, it now depends on you. So, as a student, kung gaano ka kasipag, mag-research pa, or kung papaano mo pa didiskartehan yung mga mas mahihirap na problem. Alright, so anyway, that's it for the series and meron ba tayong solved na parallel? Yeah, just one parallel, though that one is super simple. So for now, let's discuss about electric power or power. So power is the rate at which work is done, and in mechanical system is generally expressed in horsepower or HP. So it is equivalent to the rate of 33,000 foot-pounds of work per minute. So this was parang hindi siya invented. This one was discovered, okay, or found by James Watt, okay, in 1782. Okay, because he found it necessary to specify how much power his new steam engines would develop in terms of the horses push a crank as they walk in a 24 feet diameter circle. Okay, so later on we'll discuss more on how did we get a certain value, which is 33,000 foot-pounds. So right here, yung na-solve nila, yung average, okay, yung average na horse was assumed to exert a force of average of about 175 pounds, okay, and made 2.5 complete revolutions per minute. So it followed that 1 HP was equivalent to 175 times 24 pi times 2.5. So ito na actually yung computation kung paano natin nakuha yung 33,000 foot-pounds. So just to give you guys an idea, so kinuha lang nila yung average na weight ng isang kabayo. So siguro sinukat nila yung mga 100 kabayo. Okay, and then kinuha nila yung average, and then they found out that average is 175 pounds. So of course, we are talking about adult horses. Okay, yung mga bumubuhat talaga ng mga karwahe, yung mga, kumbaga, adult enough para bumuhat ng mabibigat na bagay. So ito yan, 175 pounds. Times 24 is the diameter. Ito yung parang saan niya dito pinag-experimentan yung kabayo. Well, pwede magbago to. Pwedeng 25, 26, pero it just happened that 24 feet diameter circle yung pinag-iikutan ng kabayo. Okay, yun yung measurement ng parang experimentohan niya. Okay, so pi here is because we are getting the circumference. So diameter times pi is equal to circumference. So you have to multiply that to circumference times the revolution that it can make in 1 minute. So in 1 minute, so it can, go back from start to end 2.5 times. Okay, so nakapag-travel siya ng 2 revolution at kalahati sa loob ng 1 minuto. Okay, so in that way, na-solve niya na sa 1 minuto, ito yung power niya. Okay, or yung na-exert niyang lakas sa loob ng 1 minuto. Okay, 33,000 foot-pounds. So, yeah, that's how we got this result. Actually, hindi to eksaktong 33,000. So, 32,000 something to, parang kinonvert na lang into exactly 33,000. So, this one is 175 times 24 times pi times 2.5. Yeah, you will get 32,986.72286. So, parang generalize lang siguro nila na, okay, gagamit na lang tayo ng isa lang, and kasi napakahaba, meron pa siyang 5 decimals kung gusto mong kunin yung eksakto. So, gawin na lang natin 33,000 since super lapit na lang naman na. Okay? So, ganun. And later, when the unit of electrical power was adopted, it was designated the watt in honor of the inventor, James Watt. So again, as usual, same with George Simon Ohm, who invented or who figured out the relationship of the voltage, current, and then resistance. So ganun din dito. So yung last name niya is Watt, kaya pinangalan sa kanya yung let's say, kasi meron ng power dati, pero yung yung ohms kasi, so mga individuals yun. Pero ito kasi, parang yung unit na lang na tinawag instead of horsepower, watt na lang. Well, actually, pwede rin horsepower. Actually, 1 HP is equal to 1 watt. Okay? Or 1,000 HP is equal to 1 kilowatt. Okay? Kung yun yung parang lagi nating naririnig yan sa electric bill natin. Kilowatt. Okay? So, in horsepower, that's already 1,000 horsepower. Alright, so anyway, we have this formula when it comes to solving the power. So the time rate of doing work, the unit of electrical power is defined in terms of the joule per second. Okay, so the latter being the work done when 1 coulomb of electricity is moved through a potential difference of 1 volt in 1 second. Okay, so remembering that 1 coulomb per second is 1 amp. So again, 1 coulomb is equivalent to 1 volt. Okay, so parang parehas lang yan eh. Magkakaiba lang ng unit. So 1 volt, 1 volt is equal to 1 coulomb, 1 joule, 1 joule per second. Okay, which is also equal with 1 amp. Ayan. Okay, so lahat sila puro 1. So volt is equal to joule per second is equal to ampere. Okay, so in here we call that 1. So E and I is unity. Since again, kapag naging 2 yung volts natin, of course, magiging 2 amps din to. Kapag naging 3 volts to, magiging 3 amps din to. So again, kung tataas ang voltage, tataas din yung current. Okay, so that is why we can say that it's in unity wherein power, okay, right here, so equivalent pa lang itong 1 joules per seconds or 1 HP is equal to voltage multiplied to current. Okay, so yun yung parang simple na explanation kung bakit natin nakuha itong power nito. P is equal to EI. Though, we have a derivation from this one kung bakit meron tayong P is equal to E times I. So you can find it right here. Ito tayo sa syllabus natin. Wala para sa syllabus yan. Nasa overview. Okay. So I would like you guys to check this one also since dito. Ba pa yung na-exit ko? Bakit napunta na naman ako sa syllabus? Overview. So I would like you guys to check this one, letter E. Electric power, 1 of 3, and what's an explanation? So actually, itong 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, iisang tao lang yung nag-discuss dito. Okay? So we have a derivation on that one. Okay, so wait lang. Maraming ads. Lakas silang kumita. Ito. So, of course, pinaliwanag niya na ganito ganyan definition. Ito. So, ito yung derivation kung paano natin nakuha yung power. Okay, which is equal to watch divided by T. Hanggang sa makuha na natin itong PIV na to. Okay, so this is just a 7-minute video. So, para mas maintindihan mo tong formula kung paano natin nakuha, okay, so I would like you guys to watch this one. Alright? So, meron pang 2 out of 3 and then 3 out of 3. So, make sure to watch those also since more examples is being explained in here for you to be able to understand how to solve a power, how to solve a resistance using a power, how to solve a current using a power, ganun. Alright? So, from here, we have PIV. Oops. So, pakita ko lang paano na-derive to. Bakit wala namang nakuha? So, right here, we have P is equal to IR times I. So, initially, we only have PIV, right? But then again, this V is equal to IR, coming from Ohm's law. So, you can actually substitute this one into right here, wherein it will give you I times IR. Okay, so if you're going to combine this one, it will give you I squared times R, which is now this one. All right. So again, this E is just the same with this V. E is equal to IR. So are we clear so far on how did we get this I squared times R?
Yes, sir.
Okay, kasi baka magtaka kayo bakit may I squared times R. Paano ba nakuha yun? And then we also have E squared divided by R. Okay, so let me also get this one and then let's derive this one. Coming from the original formula, which is P is equal to IV. Okay, so we've come up with this one by having this letter I is equal to V divided by R. So we've just substituted this one into this letter I. So from there, we can already have P is equal to V divided by R times V. So from there, you can simplify this one more into V squared divided by R. So again, V is just the same with E. Okay, so the just a different abbreviation. Okay, so are we clear also on how did we get this one? P is equal to E squared divided by R. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so very good. So, okay, mamaya na siguro yan. Pero meron tayong parang summary ng mga magkakaparehas ng PIV, I squared times R, E squared divided by R, etc. etc. But for now, in here, electrical power is frequently converted to mechanical power. So as for example, in the case of electric motor, a precise relationship is therefore required between the mechanical and electrical equivalence of power. So the accurate measurements indicated, so 1 HP is equal to 746 watts. Okay? So, paano nila nakuha yan? Since inassume kasi nila merong sa isang 1 HP or 1,000 watts, okay, that one is also equal to 1 kilowatts. However, if you're going to get the precise, okay, it's actually only 3/4 of kilowatts. Wherein, let's say 1,000 is 100%, right? So, kapag 3/4, makakuha ka lang na, actually kung saktong 3/4 yan, 750 watts dapat to. However, ginamit na lang nilang 3/4 kasi yun, para mas madaling matandaan. Pero ang pinaka-exactong measurement talaga niyan, 1 HP is equal to 746 watts. Okay, that is why it is says here that approximately 3/4 of kilowatts. Okay? So, ito na lang yung parang sigurong i-memorize nyo, which is mas precise. Kasi kapag tinandaan nyo yung 3/4, baka magkamali kayo na ang mailagay nyo is 750 watts. But the accurate value of this 1 HP, okay, is equal to 746 watts. Okay, so I hope we are clear with this one. And okay, so let's answer this example first. So a building load consists of 30 100 watt, 50 75 watt, and 40 60 watt incandescent lamps. So all are connected in parallel to a 116 voltage source. So calculate the total power, the total current, the current through each size of lamp. So ito yung muna yung sagutan natin, yung letter A, since ito yung pinakamadali. So here's the solution. So P100 is the 100 watt. So ilan ba yung 100 watt na to? So we have 30. So just multiply it by 30 and then you will get a total of 3,000 watts for that 30 incandescent lamp, which is 100 watt power. Okay. And we also have 50 75 watt. So just multiply that 50 times 75, you will get a total of 3,750 watts. So imagine, itong mga power na to, okay, itong 3,000 watts na to, this one is equivalent to one oven. Okay, let's say a mid-size oven, yung medyo malaki na, 48 liters ba yun? 45 liters. So, ito yung parang power niya kapag sinagad mo. Okay? So, kailangan mo ng 30 na ilaw para matumbasan tong ganitong ganito kalakas na power. So, matipid na matipid talaga yung ilaw compared sa oven. Okay? Actually, ganito rin yun mga 1,500 or 2,000 watts to 3,000 watts yung mga iron natin, yung plancha natin. Okay? So, ganun kagastos itong mga malalaking appliances na to. Okay? Unlike yung mga ilaw natin, kapag 100 watts, 75 watts, so talagang sobrang liit lang yan. Okay? Anyway, so we also have here 40 60 watts, which is equal to 2,400 watts. And then, for you to be able to get the total power, just add those three, yung P100, P76, and then P60, which will give us 9,150 watts. Okay? So for the total current, so I hope meron na kayong idea. So we have a power in here. We have P total is equal to 9,150. And then we are solving for the current. So we have a formula of PIV. So P total is already given. So if you're going to get the total current, so from here we can derive PT divided by VT. So PT is already given, which is 9,150. Tanggalin ko na nga lang to. Maging that pa. 9,150 divided by, so VT is 116 voltage source. So IT is equal to, so 9,150 divided by 116, which is equal to 78 0.87. Okay, amps. So actually 88 to kung gusto mong i-round up. 88. Alright. And then the current through each size of lamp. Okay, so kung kukunin natin yung individual current ng isang lamp, so i-divide mo lang ito. Okay? So actually magbabalik ka dito sa mga individual power nila. So ito, meron tayong let's say sa I100. Okay? So V divided by R. Gagamit pala tayo ng dito, power. Hindi lang basta Ohm's law. So ano pa ba yung mga formula natin? P is equal to I squared times R. So from here, we can have R is equal to P divided by I squared. So we have an individual power, okay, of 100. Let's say what we are trying to solve is the R100. Oops, sorry. Current pala yung sinosolve natin. So mali ito. This one will become I squared divided by P divided by R. And then from here, I is equal to square root of P divided by R. Wherein P is equal to 100. Pero wala pala tayo ng R. Ano pa ba yung iba nating formula? P, right here, PIV. So, mali itong formula na to. Let's erase that one. So, we can just use the original formula, which is PIV. So, ganun. Ganun yung mga ways kung paano nyo masolve yung current, resistance. So, kung ano yung given, yun yung hanapan nyo. Okay? So, dito, given na yung power saka yung voltage. So, in that way, we will be able to solve for the I. Is equal to P divided by V. So, P is 100. So, this is the current for the 100 watts. And V is 116 volts. So 100 divided by 116 is equal to 0.86 amps. So palakihin natin to. And then we have the I75, which is equal to P divided by V. So ito, P100 to. Ito naman, P75. Para lang ma-distinguish natin. So 75 divided by 116. 25 divided by 116 is equal to 0.65 amps. And then lastly, we have the I60 is equal to P60 divided by voltage source. So 60 divided by 116 is equal to 116. Oops. 0.52. So I hope you guys have your calculator with you, so you can also answer this one para ma-compare nyo kung tama ba yung sagot nyo. So letter A, eto na yon. And then letter B is 78.8 amps, which is actually 78.9 dito. Pero okay lang yan. Close na close naman sila. And then for the letter C, ito yung mga individual currents natin. 0.86, 0.64 or 65, and then 0.518 or 52. Okay. So, were you guys able to follow? And how did we answer number 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, ito, hindi ko na siya drawing kasi sobrang haba niyan. But if you guys are going to draw this one, we have positive, negative, which is your EMF. Okay, so it says here that they are in parallel connection. Okay, so ito, meron tayo ditong 30 na bulbs. Basta imagine nyo na lang merong 30 bulbs dyan na 100 watt. Okay, a total of 3,000 watts dito. Meron din dito, meron tayong 75 bulbs na which is 75 watts. Okay, and then the last one is meron tayong 40 na bulbs dito which is 60 watts. Naglalag yung aking laptop. Anyway, basta ganun kadami. So, nilagay ko na lang siya na parang resistor pero mga bulbs or incandescent lamps yung mga yan. Alright? Anyway, so let us now proceed to exercise number 5. So, using the data from example number 4, calculate the equivalent resistance of the entire load. So, meron tayong P total. So, ito yung given. Ito yung nasolve natin mula sa example number 4. P total is equal to 9,150 watts. And, ano pa ba? I total is equal to 78.9. This is watts. This is amps. And then we have a voltage source of 116 volts. Okay, so here the question here is the equivalent resistance of the entire load. So again, going back to our formula, we have I squared times R. So we can derive this one into something like this. R is equal to P divided by I squared. Okay, this is letter P. So P is already given. So take note what we are trying to solve is RT. So dapat P total din to and then I total. So P total is 9,150 watts. Bakit ganun? Naglalag. Anyway. And then we have a current here of 78.9 squared. And then you can now solve for the value of RT. So 9,150 divided by 78.9 squared. So we will get 1.46 ohms. Actually 1.47. Okay, kapag i-round up natin. So that's how we've got this answer, 1.47 ohms. And then letter B, the resistance of each size of lamp. So kagaya lang ng kanina, so meron tayong R100, meron tayong R75 ba yun? Yeah, 75. And then meron din tayong R60. So just use this formula. Okay? Pero ito, individual power na siya. So of course, P100 divided by I squared. And same with this one, P75, which is I squared. And P... Pwede ba? Teka, check ko. Yeah. So, may mali ako. Dapat ito, individual din. Okay? So, hindi lang siya I or hindi siya yung total. Okay? So, dapat ito is yung current mismo ng 100, yung current mismo ng 75 watts, and then P60, and then yung current mismo ng 60 watts. So, from here, you can go back to this one, letter C. Ito kasi mga individual currents nila. So, for the P100s, of course, we have 100. And then, for the current, we have 0.863 squared. Okay, dito naman, meron tayong 75 watts. And then, 0.646 squared. And then, right here, we have 60 watts divided by 0.518 squared. Okay, so from there, we can already solve for the individual resistance. So, dito, nakakuha tayo ng 0.863 squared. So, this one has a resistance of 134.26 ohms. And then, right here, we have 75 divided by 0.646 is 179.72. And then last is 60 divided by 0.518, which is 223.61. This is ohms, this is ohms. So let's check if we have the same result. So 135, 180, and then 224. So na-round up lang dito. Okay. So yeah, that's it for now since we don't have enough time anymore. So we will just continue the rest next meeting. So were you guys able to follow on how did we get those results?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We've stopped at slide 29. So tapusin natin next meeting, this coming Monday, yung natitirang slides neto and then yung module 2. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for now. So if you guys have a question, so just message me to my Canvas or to my Facebook account. So okay lang din. Alright, so goodbye and see you guys later.